Hi, if you're dealing with a chronic back pain, this series will be very helpful for you. And this is more than stretching and strengthening muscles. This series will retrain your movement patterns and nervous system and get you out of pain fast. So let's sit on the floor, lean on your hands, and try not to keep yourself too rigid. Just let your back relax and put your legs a little bit wider than your hip width apart. So not together, not too close together. And from that positions and begin to very slowly tilt your legs, both legs to the side and come back and bring it back to the center. You don't go to the other directions. You just go to one directions and you're not looking for a stretch. So this is again not a stretching. Focus is to retrain movement patterns. So as you do these movements very slowly, I would like you to pay attention to your pelvis. And can you feel the pelvis is also turning, or do you find yourself in keeping your pelvis from moving? So if you are holding your pelvis still and allow and let your pelvis turn with your legs. So you have to let go of unnecessary effort for the pelvis to begin to turn to the side and going with your legs. You're not really forcing your legs to go to the floor. Don't make it a big stretch. It is movement specific and it is a movement retraining. So as your pelvis is beginning to move with your legs, so you can feel the pelvis is turning with your legs. And you can feel the weight shifting over to one side of the hip, while the other side of the hip is moving away. It's slightly away from the floor. Then you have to let go of your back, let go of your abdominal muscles. And can you feel your spine is also turning as the pelvis is turning? Can you let your spine turn? But you're not really making the spine turn. You are letting your spine turn, and that's a difference. So what you're doing is really bringing these parts together and integrating them all together instead of isolating the movements. Why is this important? Is because when it comes to the low back pain, and if people are making too much effort into the back, they're making the low back muscles and do a lot of work. But by integrating all the parts, your legs, your hips and pelvis in the back, all together, and then your low back will not really have to be strained so much, right? Be sure to move very, very slowly. Moving your legs to the side, letting your pelvis to turn, and letting your spine turn. And also pay attention to your rib cage. Keep your rib cage or try to let your rib cage be as relaxed and soft as possible. So then what happens is your pelvis is begin to move and follow your spine and your pelvis. So that all the parts are begin to move together. If your wrist get a little tired or sore, give yourself a break. Take a rest and come back when you're ready. And then you go to the other side. So it is really about the awareness and it is about the coordination in order to reduce effort and the strain on your low back. You have to understand your legs, your pelvis and spine and your rib cage, they can all coordinate together. Then you will feel the spine, your low back will really have to do not that much work. So you do pay attention to the same thing as you go to the other side. Don't emphasize range of motion. I'll say that again and again and again. Don't emphasize stretching. It's not about stretching. It is about improving integration and coordination of the parts in order to improve the function of your back. So as you tilt your legs, pay attention to what you do with your hips, with your pelvis. If you are unconsciously and habitually keeping your pelvis from moving, let your pelvis turn, let your pelvis move with your legs. And then what you will notice is your lower back going to begin to participate and follow along with your pelvis and the legs. Let it. That is a good thing. And also pay attention to your rib cage. Keep your rib cage as mobile as possible, not rigid. So you're not focusing on twisting your spine, but you're letting everything move together. Right? So keep your back nice and relaxed as you do this movement. So you shouldn't really feel the effort in your low back. If you do, then you are making too much of effort. When I do this practice, I don't really focus on the repetitions, but, well, because I am focusing on quality of the movement. And I'd like you to do that same thing as well. But if you'd like to know a specific numbers, I would do about 15 times with good quality in each directions. Then once you're done in both directions, then you can alternate, slowly transitioning from one direction into the other directions. About 15 times. You can practice a couple times a day. Now I'll say it again, it's not about stretching, it is about improving and retraining the movement patterns. When you're done with this exercise, how does your back feel? And hopefully your back is liking the movement you just did. If you enjoyed this video, and please hit the like button. And if you haven't done it already, please subscribe. I'll see you next video. Bye bye.